the last time I was Tub Thumper by Chumbawamba, and the whole crowd. I get knocked down, I get up again, and I'm hanging around. I get knocked down,
That's
I get up again.
shit.
Then we're gonna do the intro.
Are we?
Are we? I don't
guess
know.
we probably should.
Well, I was wrong button.
Oh God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Such Good Shoot, the podcast about anything and everything in the world of, well, apparently Betty White.
Dude, rest in peace. I don't think we ever drank for her.
No, we did. That's why we have that damn graphic already.
Oh, I must have missed that episode.
No, but welcome to the Such Good Shoot, the podcast about anything and everything in the world of wrestling.
Yeah, tonight wrestling.
That boy over there, his name is Isaac. He gets high on a regular basis.
Way too regular. God damn,
that person down there, his name is Shane. His hair is way too long and his mustache is way too short.
On a regular basis.
Yeah. My name's Dozer. I'm a quarter box of wine in tonight, so let's get it on.
On a regular basis.
Ding,
yes.
ding, ding.
Cheers.
Ding, ding, ding.
What y'all drinking? Dozer's drinking boxed wine.
Excuse me. I'm drinking a higher end of boxed wine. It is Costco boxed wine.
I just said boxed wine. I didn't make it. Wasn't a derogatory comment.
I had to bring it up a little bit. I had to add in the Costco. But to match it off, I am smoking a Partagas Series P number 2, whatever the fuck it is. It's Cuban. Wow. That's all I know.
That's classic Robusto, Dozer.
It is not a Robusto. It is a torpedo, so I don't really know what it is. It came from Henry Clay, so it better not be fake.
Yeah, no. That's definitely real. I thought the 2 was a Robusto. But
I'm going to smoke one of these pre-rolls. I got one from Lamoille County Cannabis and one from Freedom Flower and Eden. I don't know which one to smoke.
Freedom Flower, because it's the 4th of July week.
All right, cool.
So, America.
Heck yeah.
Why are we censoring ourselves?
To save the motherfucking day, yeah.
Yeah. So, Shane, what you got going on down there, boy?
Oh, you already know what I got. It's the first show back. I mean, with all of us in like 3 weeks. You know, I just got a ice cold Bush. Honestly, I mean,
hell yeah, whoa,
Isaac, are you not drinking tonight?
No, I am. I'm drinking. Did we just switch places and I didn't realize it?
You haven't moved.
All right, that's better. That feels better. Yes, I'm drinking a some hard seltzer this evening. I'm drinking prickly pear mixed with watermelon hard seltzer.
Out of the Sam Adams Perfect Pint glass.
From what brand?
Prohibition Pig.
No, I need to somehow obtain those.
Yeah, I need to send some to you. It's just a bitch trying to mail them now.
Yeah. It's has been a concern in a previous trip around the sun.
God damn it, motherfucking FedEx. Look, we are not sponsored by FedEx. Those cocksuckers.
As much as we love Rudy, we're not sponsored by FedEx.
Yeah, Rudy can sponsor us.
I have 2 random things. One, Shane, I'll be in your neck of woods first week of October. Well, kind of your neck of the woods. I'm going to Dayton.
First week of October.
First weekend, I should say.
For the annual meetup?
Yeah, to go see Raymond.
I'll have to see what date it is, because Aaron and I are probably going to be going on vacation sometime in October. Okay. And I don't know. I highly doubt that she would want to, incorporate that.
Vermont in October is beautiful, man.
Yeah, that's no, Isaac.
And October 1st, legal weed, baby.
Yeah,
they start selling.
but
Right at
there's
the beginning of spoopy season.
Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah,
The
Dozer,
day before my birthday, dude.
we'll have to talk and see who's going and everything, and
Yeah.
I might see if I can finagle a little trip up and see everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to watch John Yost and Joe Fods make out.
I may even try to bring up old Lovey Dovey.
Oh,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we all got along in Ohio in a crawfish
Wherever.
boil. Sorry, I'm a quarter box of wine.
Yeah. I mean, what's the issue there?
None.
Fucking, yeah,
Dozer,
exactly.
what's your second thing?
I had it and then I lost it because I have ADHD and drank a quarter box of wine.
What was it? Was it wrestling? Do you have any clue what realm it could have been in? Maybe
I do not. It was somewhat based off of something, and then I just
something cigar related, and then it ended up he's gonna be in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I lost it.
It's all good,
Fuck
man.
it.
You know what I found? I found the love and admiration of two amazing men, and that's Shane and Dozer. So what you lost,
I'm
I
the
found.
drunk one.
Yeah, I love you, man. I fucking love you,
fuck,
Dozer.
man. God, I just it's
fuck,
no
dude.
homo or anything, but like
Totally,
dude,
I have a great
time
idea.
tonight.
full
Oh, wait,
homo.
that's the wrong podcast.
Full homo, man. Speaking of your other podcast, dude, Mickey Mouse goes public domain in 2 years, doesn't he?
Yes and no.
What?
See, yes,
They can still sue if it makes people think of like Disney in a bad way, right?
Yeah, his copyright will be up for Steamboat Willie. Now you have to remember, you can only use the Mickey Mouse that comes up at that time. So the first one will be Steamboat Willie. You can only use the black and white Mickey. You use anything else, sorry, that's a later Mickey. Also, Mickey Mouse is also trademarked. Minnie Mouse, on the other hand, is not trademarked and is not seen as a trademark of the Walt Disney Corporation.
That's weird.
Mickey's both copyrighted and trademarked, so it's a little bit more murky, and I think people will struggle with that and lose a lot of fucking money because they'll think they're free and clear, and they're not.
Yeah, I mean they're not messing around with that one. They're gonna go hard after anyone they can.
Yeah, you can probably you could write a story or make a show about Mickey using Steamboat Willie Mickey. But you can't merchandise him.
And you can't really make him look shitty, can you? Without them coming after you.
Only if you use the Steamboat Willie Mickey, who already looks kind of shitty. So,
guess just fucking have Steamboat Willie living in a fucking crack house, fucking smoking meth, and banging hookers, and have it be just gritty reboot of Steamboat Willie.
And at the end of the day, if Bob Chapek didn't piss off the Republicans, it probably wouldn't be coming up because they'd probably extend copyright another 300 years, and you'd never see it come out of copyright.
Man,
but luckily, Bob Chapek and the Walt Disney Corporation have seemed to piss off DeSantis and the rest of the Republican Party. So,
yeah, DeSantis, man, that dude looks like a fucking melted toad.
He's really a piece of work.
He is a piece of work.
He looks like a melted toad. Have you seen what the fuck's his face from Kentucky?
Which one?
McConnell.
Mitchell, yeah. Well, he looks like it's like he's like just Foghorn Leghorn in a turtle body.
But I would like to reiterate, we are not a political podcast.
Yeah, no, we just like telling people, let people look funny. We just like to point out funny looking people. Like AOC has giant teeth. I mean, I would still eat her ass, but she's got big old fucking chompers.
We are a wrestling podcast, and I would like to bring up the simple fact that did you guys catch that Mercedes Verando and whatever Trinity Fatu
have dropped
WWE superstar, and now their profession says professional wrestler.
Nice.
On Twitter.
Well, they also were dropped from the internal roster.
The internal roster. Man, I just I'll tell you, I think Naomi goes to Impact. I think that's a really Dozer. Where'd she go? MLW, huh?
That's where you think
is she gonna go hang out with Jacob Fatu?
Yes.
All right. And then depending on what COVID is like and the situation we're in when Mercedes Verando decides to start wrestling again, I could totally see her going to like Stardom. End up in AEW eventually, or like going down to like AAA, or like going over to Europe. Like I can see her just going somewhere else and just doing whatever she wants for a little bit.
New Japan. I think she's doing a tour in New Japan. I honestly think she'll go.
New Japan has no women's wrestling.
No, none.
I have.
They announced.
Bold
I think,
take.
I
this
think
is a really long shot odds here.
Okay,
I think,
Jade, shut up.
Real quick, I think today or yesterday they announced that for all of the American shows, they're going to have Stardom women on those American shows, which is a big step forward for the company. But yeah, they do not have any regular women's wrestling at all.
I think Mercedes will focus on her acting career.
I
primarily.
agree.
And I am going to say, if she is going to come to wrestling, I think she would be a great pickup and a very smart acquisition for whatever the women's startup is that AJ is a producer of. Look,
women's wrestling?
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree. I just don't know if they have the money to pay her. I'll tell you where.
It might not. Here's the thing. If she is doing the acting, the money might not be as much of a concern as trying to get something off the ground. She might be willing to take a smaller paycheck to get women's wrestling.
I mean, maybe, for sure.
More out there. I could see Sasha doing that.
But I'll tell you, I think the best place for her, because again, we both agree that she's going to do acting. She's going to come back to wrestling, though. She loves wrestling too much. That's obvious. I'll tell you, the best place for her would be Tony Khan's,
for sure.
Tony Khan's restarted Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is known for just really solid wrestling overall. When people considered them the third brand to WWE and TNA, they were always, the wrestling, brand, yada, yada.
The thing I want to see for Tony Khan's restarted Ring of Honor is if they do have, it's a going concern. It's happening regularly. If you have a Mercedes join, you don't have her join as a star. You have her join. Everybody who joins the roster joins at the bottom.
Well, I mean, you have to, not immediately get a title shot, sure, but...
Well, that's the problem with every other wrestling promotion.
Yeah, well, they do that all the time with stars. I mean, like Ruby Soho, has lost... some matches for sure, and definitely started lower. Thunder Rosa is the same. I mean, shit, Hangman Page, before he really got his push was really middle of the rankings AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, up until about a year and a half into the company going, I mean, he was pretty mid. He was, an alcoholic, and he lost himself because he kept on losing, and everything else. But if Mercedes joins AEW, she shouldn't lose to anyone up until the champion. And look, if she loses to the champion, it depends on what's going on with that. It depends on who's a heel, who's a face. If you're trying to build like a really young star, you know what I mean? Whatever. But
there aren't many women who are as talented as she is in the ring.
No, I mean, and she would be honestly, the biggest star in the company at that point. AEW or Ring of Honor combined.
I would say if in the near term she joins AEW, you have her debut, and I say squash, but I don't mean a squash, but squashes Jade, takes that TNT title off on her debut.
Yeah,
in AEW, and then nearly simultaneously goes for the women's title and becomes the first dual holder, and then loses the TNT title a couple weeks later.
Like the dual holder.
Yeah, I mean,
do you have a Sheik of the Week?
Oh man, I really thought we were skipping it this week.
I was going to come up with it. He just ended up with it before.
I just wanted to make sure we got the
Sheik. In my head, man, I was like, I don't want to do this week.
Sheik of the Week.
But here we are.
Sheik of the Week.
What he said.
In the near term, go fuck yourself.
God damn, that's even relevant to recent conversation.
In the near term and in the long term, you can go fuck yourself.
I'll drink to that.
I will too. Why not? Why not indeed?
I'm going to ask. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but has anybody watched wrestling, like modern wrestling, this week?
Not anything too recent. I did watch the Cody Rhodes Seth Rollins match from Hell in a Cell.
I watched Dynamite, AEW.
How was Dynamite? I have to put it on yet.
It was pretty good. Like as always, Dynamite is at the very least not boring. There are interesting things happening. So, the matches can sometimes be clunky and they can, stuff just doesn't work because they try to do so much. But Dynamite is consistently just a not boring show.
I make an effort to occasionally watch Dynamite. I have not watched Raw or SmackDown.
Oh, me neither.
At this point in probably a year.
Brody King versus John Moxley for the AEW interim title was the main event. The show opened with Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky in a street fight for the the TV title. What else was on it? There was Pentagon Jr. versus Roosh. Yeah, I mean it was solid. There wasn't anything out of bounds crazy amazing, but as far as a weekly 2-hour television show on a Wednesday night, it's really hard to beat Dynamite.
No, I enjoy Dynamite when I watch it.
Oh, did I tell you guys that I'm going to Dynamite in like a month from now?
No, we're getting live correspondence from Dynamite.
Yeah, I've had tickets for like 3 weeks now. I forgot I didn't tell you. Yeah, it's coming to Columbus for the first time, and I'll be.
That's what's up.
My wife just got a couple packages from Columbus. And I can't believe it's coming from Columbus on this Rod's Western Palace.
Hold on.
What's Rod's Western Palace?
I don't know.
I don't know, but my wife ordered like sheets for my daughter.
It's literally here. It's literally the first thing on my phone when I said Rod's. It's the first suggestion.
So weird.
It's a Western apparel store in Columbus. Where is it at?
Yeah, when I think the Wild West and Western apparel, I think Columbus, Ohio.
What it's over by my elementary school. Like I know that area really well. Wait, it's in it's in the hood.
I just love picturing all these dudes, these gangbangers and shit out fucking making cowboy hats for kids.
What I love better is
it's over by where it's over by where Robert and Stephanie used to live.
Shout out to those two. Congratulations on your new house.
What I love better is the Rod sitting there, and we can all picture what Rod looks like. Probably a little bit like Dutch Mantel. Pushing his wares, thinking he's, selling his good stuff when really he's selling to
Who's he selling to?
the singer who did the duet with Billy Cyrus.
Old Town Road, dude.
Yes, Old Town Road guy.
Lil Nas X, bro.
Yes. Who is the exact opposite of everything Rod wants to talk about.
Rod closetly wants to fucking suck off Little Nas X in a fucking truck stop bathroom, dude. Anytime he goes in the bathroom, he's sliding his foot under that stall. What? Rod is closeted as they come, dude.
Dude, this is some simulation shit. Because, I've never even heard of this place. And it's literally 4 miles from my house, dude, right around where I went to elementary school. And where my shut up. And where my mom
back on, dude.
When my mom worked there for years. Like close to 10 years. I got dropped off on the bus on the way back from high school there to ride home with her. And hold on.
I'm telling you, dude, it's because they turned.
Dude, and the outside looks like this.
Did you drink
Columbus, Ohio?
Did you drink on the 4th of July?
That existed before this, before your wife received her packages. It appeared.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to believe that.
I'm telling you, it's CERN.
That's fucked up.
They turned on that super collider and fucking switched us into another universe again.
Oh, dude, I legitimately. Hold on.
Wade.
If you're our viewer right now,
Wade.
Have you heard of Rod's Western Palace?
We need you, man. We need you now more than ever. God damn. I want to know. The world wants to know.
Hold on. I'm posting on Facebook right now just to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm wigged out, honestly.
Got to reach out to Rob. Be like,
Did anyone ever heard of Rod's Western Palace? Right.
Well, that's where Rob got all of his Carhartt gear to be an HVAC guy.
Shit,
what dude. In the world?
That's very strange. That's very weird. That's surreal.
Who's sad?
I know every single person. in Vermont. You can't open a fucking Western themed business without talking to me here.
Well, I'm sad, but my name is literally Stephen Anthony Dozer. So
Wade is sad for some reason.
Apparently, he knows Rod's Western Palace.
He's disappointed. That's a disappointed face. I can tell. He said, "Son, I'm disappointed in you."
No, he's sad we're not talking about wrestling. We're talking about Rod's Western Palace.
Rod's Western Palace, dude. What kind of shit? Can we go? Oh, man. Rod's.
Hey, what are you?
Western Palace.
What are you hoping to achieve?
I want to go to their website. I want to pull it up on the show. So
I know it looks crazy in there. It doesn't look like it does not look like a spot that would exist in that area of town.
Let's see what we got. We got 10% off here. I agree. All right. What do we got? What's next? I really don't want the discount, folks. Ooh, look at this bedding. Oh my God, it's turquoise. That's very turquoise.
That's.
Oh wow, look at that romper.
No, just go to Google and go to images.
I'm on their website. I'm trying to see. Look,
show the inside of the store.
I'm busy looking at. Oh, you can buy cups with bandana themes on them.
Oh, Wade understands. Rod's is a country clothing store, so he's heard of Rod's. I just have totally missed the boat.
That's too bad. Google images.
Yeah, but go to images. It's so weird.
I think I found the image I want.
Really? We also image search and we just get a bunch of asses for Isaac.
You also didn't search the right thing. I don't even think you were on it was Rod's Western Palace, and you searched Rod's Western Wear.
Yeah, but that was the one. That was what it was, though. When I clicked on it, was the website. Yeah. Wow. Well, anyway, I think Rod owes us a couple bucks for plugging his show. It's basically the targeted clientele in his area, in his region. So
clearly, he sells through like Amazon or something, where my wife found Rod's Western Palace. I can't imagine she found that.
yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm curious how that.
I got that
tuned.
shipping notification. Was like, what the hell's coming from Columbus?
Next week, tune in to find out how she found Rod.
I don't want to. That's a question I don't want to know. So, apparently we're supposed to be talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
And it ties into Rod's Western Palace because we have No Way Out of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't even know of Texas was part of the proper name of this pay-per-view.
Yeah, right.
I literally had no clue. Like when Isaac, when you were like, we're doing no way out of Texas. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, how have I never ever heard of it?
And to the point that because this is technically an In Your House.
Mm-hmm.
All the In Your House articles I have ever read have stated In Your House DX was the last In Your House pay-per-view.
Yeah. It's very weird because it's not in with any of the other In Your House stuff.
Yeah, it's very odd.
It's like its own world.
Yeah, it was like a transition.
I'm getting the feeling that this was not a very well-liked show, and I think everybody just pushed it out of their minds of existence.
It was a terrible show.
No, it was pretty bad.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. It was one of the
right off
worst
the bat,
5 we've watched.
Right off the bat, I think if we're to describe this first match, would we call it tub thumping?
No.
Was it a chumbawamba that happened here?
No, it was not a chumbawamba.
I don't know what the fuck happened here.
We have the Headbangers taking on Mark Marrow and Goldust. I don't even know how they became partners.
It was so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts off real stupidly. We're in the midst of Mark Marrow being mad at Sable because Sable's got boobs, and
there's only room for one beautiful woman at ringside, and that's Luna.
Yeah, so he like kicks his own manager out of ringside because she's mad at Luna and he's mad at her, and the crowd's cheering, and like the first, I don't know, 5, and then they're facing the Headbangers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like the first like 6 or 7 minutes is just like a solid, 1997. I know this is the early 1998, but a solid 1997 tag team match. They were trying some new stuff. I like the teammate suplex off the top rope by the Headbangers. For what it was clean. There was all sorts of antics and tomfoolery from Marilyn Dust and Luna, and then the match just went and went and went and went, and then
I felt like every match was like that, honestly.
Yeah, and then there was a fucky finish, and there was a
fucky finish on a 90s pay-per-view.
Yeah,
say it ain't so.
Sable comes back out from being banished and ends up costing them the match, and then they fake like Luna and her are gonna fight for way too long, and then they don't, and then she shoves Mark Marrow on the ground, and yeah, I don't know.
That was it. That was pretty much what happened, and it was pretty bad.
1.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because it really, other than the finish, wasn't bad at all.
It just was not good. It was just
long, boring,
and it just didn't make any fucking sense. Like that, there was no reason. like if you're trying to build this story of like Sable and Luna and Mark Mero and all this shit, like why not have a match between Gold Dust and Mark Mero?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's too logical. This is Teddy Long booking right here.
Oh, on the show.
Tag team match. Tag team match, player.
There's only
But
3 singles matches.
I have some unfortunate news for you guys. You both just gave the 1.5.
Fuck.
Meltzer.
Oh fuck.
Gave it a 1.5.
Oh fuck.
That's not a rest of your beer. That's just a nice sippage.
Yeah, but you remember what Dozer said before the show?
Oh,
I didn't watch the show.
Dozer said he's rating everything with Meltzer. Man.
Oh man, I don't know. That's a good thing I drank kind of heavy out of this. I don't got.
You're all complaining. I still got most of a glass of wine to go.
I still got a full. I have to pound a fucking thing of seltzer. It's gonna hurt.
That's gonna suck tomorrow. I have a question for everybody who's good with the rhymes. I know the beer and liquor quotes. What's the quote for wine before liquor? Because I'm pretty sure it's bad.
Excuse me.
If you drink wine before liquor, your blood will get thicker.
It'll stop your ticker.
Oh, that's probably true.
Yeah, and inhibit your picker.
Oh my god, damn.
Well, that ain't getting used tonight, so it's all good. It's late. Just go with that.
Just go with it, dude. I'm
Pantera.
So
Pantera,
coming up next, we have Metal Legends, Pantera,
incredible stuff.
taking on a Hillbilly Legends, the Godwins.
No.
Sorry, I read 2 separate matches here.
Yeah, I was like, "What? What's
This
happening?"
is Taka Michinoku
I'm
versus
making my own match.
Pantera, and it's announced by Sonny.
Well,
Yeah,
you should all be
who's
happy I
taking
didn't
up-
have to say Taka's name.
Resident hot lady who's literally got nothing else to do, so she's just gonna announce a single match on this card, much like the minis match. I liked her kissing Taka Michinoku, and then Jerry Lawler getting extremely offended by her kissing.
Well, you can't. That's interracial stuff, and that is no good in Tennessee.
This match was like really good.
Yeah, this was the best match of the night, and it's not
by
even
a lot.
close.
That's not saying much from the highlights I saw.
Yeah, I mean, especially for the WWF at this time, this match had a lot of really cool spots. The nice top rope suicide dive, the off the top rope knees with the kind of inverted Hurricane Rana deal thing, the Sami Zayn dive through the ropes.
And then they just really, brought it down real hard with Brian Christopher with Jerry Lawler on commentary.
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever said, "Ooh, I wish I could hear more Brian Christopher on commentary."
Look at him. You can't eat
portions of it when it was funny. When
you can't eat a taco with chopsticks.
Yeah, it like when JR was rebutting, but Brian Christopher was on some real racist shit during this match. To the point where like if you're a heel, you're a heel. I can deal with a couple little things here and there, but it was to the point where I was like, man, you gotta.
Even Triple H was saying, "Geez, man, that's a little too far."
Look, I have nothing else going on other than I have the picture now in my head permanently stuck of Brian Christopher flicking someone's bean with a pair of chopsticks.
He's trying to eat a taco with chopsticks.
And now you all have to be cursed with that image.
That sounds great, dude. I fucking jerk off to all sorts of weird shit. Whatever makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong, you know?
But the biggest issue with this match is that Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, you can already tell they don't care about the light heavyweight division. There's no vignette package for this. There's no interview.
It didn't
Who
feel
the hell
important
is
at all.
Pantera? The crowd is literally the most quiet it's going to be for the entire night during this match.
It just didn't matter at all.
Could they have tried to pander to Texas more? We're going to give you a lucha star. We're going to name him Pantera.
Yeah,
I mean, the Pantera was established. I don't know if that was meant, but I mean, I guess you're right, Dozer.
Famous Texas band, famous Texas likes luchadors, and
Pantera's not from Texas.
I thought they were.
Louisiana.
Same fucking difference.
From the swamp.
Oh, they're Canadian.
No, that's a difference. Don't be talking about goddamn Nickelback here.
But yeah, there was no stakes to this match at all. It was just good pro wrestlers going out and putting on a good pro wrestling match. And for that, it's a 3. I mean, effort deserved a lot more than that, but circumstances hurt the match.
I'm going 275 on that one, just in case. Just in case.
No. Did you feel a 3 in your heart?
No, because the commentary and the fact that it just didn't feel like it was an important match at all. It had the potential had they put a little more.
I just think you're afraid to chug another seltzer. That's what I.
Yes, he is. But don't worry. Do not worry, because Meltzer's here with us. He gave it a 2.25.
He's an idiot.
Which, since I said
there was something on this card that was a 3.75, and that was a 2.25.
3.5. 3.5.
Yeah, he said 3.5, but still, that's crazy.
Well, look, I can give you a little bit of solace. It was not the next 2 matches.
Well, what's the next match, Dozer?
The next match was the Godwins taking on the Quebecers.
Wait a minute. Holy shit. Wait a minute. Did he give fucking Kane and fucking Vader 3.5 stars?
I'm not going to say till we get there.
Holy shit, dude. No,
Isaac, just shut up. We'll get there.
I got it, dude. I'm going to lose my shit if that's the case.
How'd you feel about PCO and Rob Conway versus the?
I would never, and I mean never, want to wrestle on a fucking mat after the Godwins. They spit the whole match. Every time you see them, they're spitting on the fucking mat.
Well, this mat was soiled. This mat was soiled by this time, anyways, because they were not expecting color. And one of the headbangers bled all over the fucking place, and they're all just like, it was a gross match.
But I mean, Jesus Christ, dude! Just like I swear to God, 80% of that match was just them spitting.
It was the only redeemable thing about this match, because the entire thing felt like a throwaway. Who are the Quebecers? Obviously, I know Pierre Caro Ouellette is PCO now, but why do I care about him at this point?
Jacques Rougeau,
with a weird eye patch on. I mean, PCO was amazing. He did some crazy shit. He did the the springboard top rope dive. He did the the slingshot senton deal. But I mean, this was, other than those big moments, as slow and a house show 1998 throwaway match as you can get.
What was the shit that fucking Lawler said during this one?
Oh yeah. He also asked where Lee Harvey Oswald was at when you needed him. When asked about Bill Clinton by JR.
I feel like there was something else in this one where I can't remember what it was. There was another commentary comment that was just like, all right, dude. Okay. Oh man. Maybe that was that one.
I'm pretty sure.
Because they were talking about Arkansas. Yeah, okay, because they were talking about Arkansas. They brought up Bill Clinton, and that was
Yes.
funny.
Yes, because we're talking about mat wrestling. Isaac, how'd you feel about the in-ring wrestling? How'd you feel about the contest, the match?
It was pretty trash.
Were there any highlights that you showed me on the?
There were two. They got hit in the back of the head with the bucket, and I think one of PCO's things was the highlight.
Yeah, like I said, PCO, he did that springboard thing,
fine.
and then he did the slingshot senton. And he was huge at this point. That man was like 300 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't dislike the Godwins. Like, I thought that they were a fine tag team for what they were. Like, for being like such a stupid gimmick, like they sold it well. Like they really did. Like it was way better than Southern Justice. Like that made no sense when
but this match was not it. This was a throwaway house show match other than PCO being uber athletic.
Yeah, I'm stuck at either a quarter or a half star. It was just bad. It was nothing exciting. There's nothing really redeeming. PCO tried his hardest, but
this was a 1-star match because I don't think it was wrestled poorly. It was just a really, really
I'm sticking with a half.
So I'm at an impasse here because I will not give it Meltzer's rating. I didn't even watch it, and I refuse to give Meltzer's.
No, you'll give it Meltzer's rating. That
I am not breaking my scale for Meltzer's rating.
I think you have to.
I will give it a 0.
Who was it?
Meltzer gave it a negative 1.25.
Wow.
What? I mean, it wasn't good, but what? He blows my mind, man. What a fucking dude.
I can't do that.
What? I mean, Isaac, you said there was literally nothing redeemable about it. He just took it to the next level.
Sure, but it wasn't like there was anything off, like offensive. It's not like they ruined pro wrestling with this match. Like, but to get a negative, you have to be like, it has to be like Jeff Hardy at fucking Victory Road. You know what I mean?
Imagine this being 1998. And you're working at some shitty pizza place and you decide to buy this for what, $29.99, I would guess. You'd be so fucking mad.
No, I would back then I would have been I would have loved this show, dude, when I was a kid.
but Dave Meltzer is already a smarmy prick at this point. That's already his thing.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Even I think that's outrageous.
Isaac, imagine paying $30 for it today and watching it. You'd be rating it like a -6.
No, I wouldn't break my scale. I don't think I've gone negative yet, but I would probably go like somewhere around a quarter to a half star where I did go. That was my rating. It was the first time I watched it. Was just now. If I had watched it as a kid, I would have loved this shit, dude. Because I did love the Godwins as a kid. I loved the slop bucket shit. I thought it was hilarious.
I think we can all agree you're not watching the pay-per-view for this match.
I'm not watching the pay-per-view.
I'm not watching the pay-per-view ever again.
This is a do not recommend.
Well, that brings us up to the match of confusion. As you have the NWA North American Heavyweight Championship being defended by Jeff Jarrett against Bradshaw.
This was after, like, this took place shortly after the new Blackjacks broke up. So Barry Windham is with the NWA, and so there's beef there.
You've got the Rock and Roll Express being absolute second fiddle to Jeff Jarrett, which is hilarious. You've got a walking slug of a human being on the outside as well.
Oh, yeah, Barry Windham.
I know, we named him by name. There's some other guy.
Jim Cornette's awesome, dude. He was great. He fucking took a lot of bumps in this shit. He fucking got his ass whipped. I mean, say what you want about him. He's great at getting heat.
Should have broken his legs again.
He's great at getting heat as a manager. One of the best ever to do it.
Should have broken his legs again.
But yeah, this is another fucking just stupid match.
It was also a slug. Bradshaw was not where he needed to be in this match at all. I mean, Jeff Jarrett tried his best, but there was just so much nonsense at all times. It was overbooked to high hell.
A lot of racket shots.
A lot of rest holds.
Yeah, it was bad pretty much all around. Jim Cornette was the only good thing. I did like what's his name? Bobby Fulton. Is that his name?
Rod.
No, you're Rod's fucking country fucking shenanigans.
Bobby Fulton,
Ricky and Robbie. Yeah. He had like the thing that was like all the rage in the 90s, which is like the long leather duster, but the one that's airbrushed with like a picture of them on the back. And I mean, it's just like, it's one of those things that is like solely in the realm of professional wrestling. Like, this is not something you would see on the streets ever. Like a duster, an airbrushed fucking like leather duster. Like, no, this is only in professional wrestling. You see that weird shit, and it's just like a beautiful fucking like random thing. And this dude is like, yeah, this is fucking badass. I'm gonna look so badass in this in my tights.
But Isaac, what do you remember about the match?
I remember being like, good Lord, is it ever going to end? I remember that there's a lot of racket shots. There was a lot of like Jim Cornette taking bumps. It was not, I mean, it wasn't a pay-per-view match. Like, none of this really has been a pay-per-view match.
He had debuted the clothesline from hell though at this point, because remember he hit it after the match. That was pretty cool.
He hit it on what, Wyndham or something?
Yeah, no, Wyndham hit it on him because they beat him up after the match, and because remember he beat them all up with the tennis racket, but then he succumbed to their numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a real dog shit match. Honestly, I think I like it less than the tag team match. I will give credit to James E. Cornette for taking the bumps he did and being a when he's into something and he wants to try and sell something to make himself money, which is in the end really what he cares about.
He cares about he genuinely cares about professional wrestling.
If he genuinely cared about professional wrestling, he would not play a character literally the entire time.
That's how it was when he was young. That's how it was when he got into the business. It's just what he thinks.
And he profits on trying to take money off of people's plates by calling them huge pieces of shit and saying that they shouldn't have jobs. He sucks. Anyways, this is a 0.75 solely because James E. Cornette was involved in the match.
Yeah, I agree. It went up from a half star to a 0.75 because of Jim.
Thank you both.
Dozer.
Meltzer gave it a 0.5.
Jesus, man.
Thank you, Jim Cornette.
Cheers, Shane. I'm drinking with you, bud.
I'm drinking with Jim, but it's only a sip.
It's only a sip. Yeah, so that brings us to one of the weirdest matches of the night, because this is the...
You're going to make me read this.
This is the no, I'll read it for you. You're good, man. Take a nap. I got you. This is a weird match because this is like
it's
a stipulation match.
It is the remnants of DOA with Ahmed and
so this is what they call the War of Attrition match, which was between Ken Shamrock, Ahmed Johnson, Chains, 8-Ball, and Skull of the DOA, and then they were facing the Nation of Domination, which is Rock, Farouk, D'Lo, Kama, and Mark Henry. And so a War of Attrition match is just a 10-man tag match.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
brought back by some recent indie promotion.
But they did it differently. They didn't do it this way because they did it as an elimination tag match.
Which would make a lot more sense due to
Yeah.
the war of attrition thing.
Yeah, I don't
So it was
understand.
a Survivor Series match.
It wasn't even
got
a
it.
Survivor Series match. It was a full first falls 10
One fall
10
to a finish.
Yeah, one fall to a finish 10-man tag match. I was
So
trying to figure out the whole time like what the fuck the rules were, and then it was like they Ken Shamrock fucking won by submission.
Yeah, belly to bellied him, and then Ken Shamrocked him.
Yeah, put him in the ankle lock and fucking went fucking crazy. But I think it was like 8-ball or Skull, one of those two. He put in the fucking ankle lock and submitted
No, he was
him.
on their team.
Sorry, not 8-ball Skull. Who the fuck was it? It was somebody.
No,
Was it
like D'Lo Brown?
D'Lo? Poor D'Lo. D'Lo was awesome.
Yeah,
D'Lo's so good.
We both liked the promo before. We have some discourse in the nation.
Oh my god!
Of domination between The Rock and
The Rock begins
the artist
truly
soon to
shine.
be known as Ron Simmons, but currently known as Farouk.
No, he stays as Farouk for a long time.
Through the whole APA, he's Farouk.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I guess he does. But they start also referring to him as Ron Simmons. They kind of deal him the like the Foley and like Gold Dust thing, where every once in a while they'll toss like a real.
They acknowledge he had a wrestling.
Yeah,
this is one of the first times that you really start to see The Rock just completely shine through with his charisma and just how entertaining.
Violently, yep.
Oh my god, incredible! Just like and without saying anything, without saying a word, just doing this like his shit, his gimmick, his fucking rolling his eyes, doing the eyebrow. I mean, incredible. Like got himself over without having to say a fucking word. While Farouk is cutting a promo, you almost feel bad for Farouk, honestly.
Oh yeah, no,
because it's like
this is getting outshined
by everyone by a country mile. I mean, it's not even close. Like the guy is just without saying a fucking word cuts an incredible promo. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Who has that talent, man? And it's him. The match wasn't terrible.
No, I mean it was a totally fine worked match with a bunch of one thrown together team and
none of it
one
made sense.
Here's the thing. Is what they wanted to do with the match, they did. The discourse in the nation got deeper. The Rock separated himself more as a performer.
It's the only match where anything like felt like there was some sort of progression.
But I'll tell you what they could have done, and by doing this, they could have shaved off like 5 minutes from this match, is they could have just done Ken Shamrock and Ahmed Johnson versus The Rock and Farouk.
Yeah.
And it would have accomplished literally the same thing. You could have just had the other guys as just do some bullshit. Which hey, I mean, listen, I'm going to give this match a little credit, and I'm going to reflect it in the rating. Is at the very least the extras were included in the match and were able to shine and not fuck up the flow of the match because they were actually involved.
Yeah, and credit to Kama. I mean, Godfather, we love him. One of our favorites all time. Yeah. Incredible guy, great guest, and great wrestler. He was great. D'Lo Brown, one of my all-time favorites.
He hit that forever away frog splash.
Dude, he hit a frog splash from literally corner to corner, like a diagonal across the ring, not a coast to coast. Crazy. Like incredible.
The Rock wrestled a lot of the match. Ken Shamrock kind of didn't wrestle at all, just came in at the end and sealed it.
It was funny that they openly were just like, we don't know which one of these guys is 8-ball, and we don't know which one is Skull, and it doesn't matter. Who cares?
Honestly, talking about it, especially in correlation to the rest of this show, I'm gonna give this match, like a 2.25. Honestly, for what it was, it could have been way worse, and all credit to those involved for making it a enjoyable-ish match.
I'm gonna go a 2. It's a 2. The first time I watched it, I fell asleep, so it couldn't have been that good. But watching it back and talking about it, it's better in hindsight than it was maybe watching it, if that makes any sense. Maybe like Napoleon Dynamite. It's better when you think about it in retrospect than when you actually watch it.
Oh no! Shut your mouth. Napoleon Dynamite is good to watch at any point in time.
I'm just saying that it's a better movie when you think back on it than it is when you watch it.
Absolutely not.
No, it is, because it's a movie that's great because you can just quote it, and it's funnier to just sit back and quote it than it is to watch it. But that's just my opinion.
Shane, what was your score on this match?
A 2.25.
I went to.
Nope, we're drinking with Meltzer.
Meltzer gave it a 2.25.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, he is absolutely gonna give this fucking Vader and fucking Kane match a fucking 3 and a half.
And then
dude.
Isaac just purposefully avoided chugging a beer because he didn't want to. You were gonna 100% rate that a 2.25.
No, I was stuck between a 2 or a 2.5.
Well,
and I went with the 2.
do we need to talk about this, or is Kane and Vader happening next?
I didn't know which one I went, and so I didn't.
If you were stuck between a 2 and a 2.5 and a 2.25,
don't you dare use math and logic at me.
Is available.
He's a cook, not a mathematician.
Dude, I went straight rounded down to a whole number on that one, and it was a gut instinct, and it was a good one. So don't give me any shit. I didn't know what the Meltzer rating.
You don't have to chug your shit either because he did that. So
yeah, but I might have to drink my whole beer just to deal with the fact that he's about to fucking rate this next match 3.5 stars, and I'm gonna
Kane
lose
versus
my shit.
Vader.
It's Kane versus Vader. It was slow. It was boring.
It was everything you expect Kane versus Vader to be.
It was wrestled safely.
It went longer than it should have.
It was wrestled safely, but it was poorly wrestled. It was sloppy. It was slow. Vader looked generally uninterested in selling.
There was a fire extinguisher for no reason.
Yeah, that Tim
White. But they
White
used the right one. Give them props on that.
Yeah,
but it's not always the case lately.
An entire fire extinguisher thing.
While watching it happen, while getting sprayed himself, basically. He's like, yeah, that's fine.
Paul Bearer made a really funny face at one point.
He's great at that. Goddamn, love him.
Yeah, it was just a slow slog of a bruiser and mess where neither man looked particularly interested in making the other look good.
And then they did a thing where after Kane hits him in the fucking head, face full on with a fake wrench, and I mean the hit looked awesome. Like like they fucking just smacked the shit out of him, but the wrench looked like shit, and they sold it really poorly. They said that his face was caved in. Half his face was caved in. They had like the paramedics come down and they literally just rolled him onto the gurney, but face down on the gurney, and strapped him face down on the gurney and rolled him out. And I think it was Lawler's like
0.5.
Yeah, one of them was saying there's there's blood everywhere from it, and it's like he obviously wasn't bleeding, and he very obviously didn't get his face caved in. And yes, 0.25. This was fucking dog shit.
1.75.
Wow. Okay, I didn't lose my shit. Okay, wow. He gave the main event. I guess the main event was a lot of fun,
especially for early 1998. I'm sure that powerbomb chair spot, dude. That would have been gift and shared around a little bit today.
It would be.
Yeah.
Can I go over what the main event is?
Can you read it?
I can. I'm not.
Hell yeah, let's go.
We have Cactus Jack, Chainsaw Charlie, Owen Hart, and Stone Cold Steve Austin taking on the New Age Outlaws, Triple H. And hold on. Let me adjust my glasses here. Savio Vega?
Yeah, they were building this up all night that they didn't know who was going to be the replacement for Shawn Michaels, and that no one was that good.
Vega.
Well, and Triple H had a promo earlier where Michael Cole's interviewing him and asking him who he thinks who the replacement's going to be, etc. And he's basically says there isn't going to be one. It's going to be a 3-man match against 3 against 4 handicap. And people from around the world, wrestlers from all over the world, have been calling him. They've been calling China. They've been calling Shawn Michaels. They've been calling everyone he knows. They've been calling he just like was like, oh, and no one's good enough. And Michael Cole basically is like, Triple H, I don't think they're going to let you do that. I think they're going to appoint someone to be in the match. And it basically says, it doesn't matter who it is. They're going to suck, and we're just going to stick them in the corner for the whole match. So they buried the replacement before they even got in.
Savio Vega.
Well, I mean, yeah, they buried the shit out of whoever it was going to be, so it couldn't be anyone important. So who else? Yeah, like what else are they going to do? It was so weird. It was fucking
Max Mini.
Yeah, I mean, it would have made
China.
China was the only thing that would have honestly made sense.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I mean, but I like the match was really fun for about the first 10 minutes. It was, I mean, really honestly wild and chaotic, especially for this time in the WWF. There was Terry Funk got power bombed straight through a couple tables that were chairs rather that were sitting up. They got destroyed. There was a table spot. There was chaos, unprotected headshots, blah blah blah. And then the match hits this weird point where Earl Hebner has made all of the competitors adhere to the tag team rules, even though this is a unsanctioned match. And they made a point the entire night that it's unsanctioned, and the WWE just wiped themselves clean of whatever happened. And they're like, he's doing his best to make this a match. And it's like, why? And it gets slow and sloppy and weird. And then it heats up again and fully gets wrapped in barbed wire. And
which is crazy. There is a literal human being wrapped in barbed wire. Yeah, JR did
the match right now.
JR, I mean, really at his peak in this one with some of his best commentary the whole night. Like really good commentary. Match
the crowd is hot as hell for Stone Cold. They're hot as hell for Owen Hart.
And yeah, once he starts hitting stunners left and right and throwing people out of the ring, whoo, that was the best for me, is just seeing him hit the stunners. But yeah, I mean, they ended up winning over him. Was it Stone Cold won with the stunner?
Yep.
Right? Yeah. And China shows up after, starts shoving Stone Cold, and he goes to leave, and she talks a little shit. He comes back, she shoves him again and fucking gives her an old stunner.
Crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes ape shit. Yeah, and I mean, like, honestly, like, the crowd made a big difference in this match. The level of excitement they brought to it was great.
Also, the New Age Outlaws kind of figuring out the
they got their intro,
the entrance a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little sloppy at first
there yet, but
he did do the whole thing once he figured out. He did the whole oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, and this was pre them actually being in DX. This is before I called the Cavalry.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, it started with that. It started with the you didn't know. Then he had a little promo, which was a decent promo. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as like
he talked mild shit.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as some of his other ones. I mean, he talked about the Oilers going to Tennessee or whatever, and then he did the fucking, we're proud to bring to you the tag team champions of the world, and he did the whole thing, and it was like, oh shit, all right, here we go, we're getting into it, and like you could tell,
daddy ass.
And you could tell it, like great sign, and then you could tell that like he hadn't done this yet because the crowd had no idea what was happening. Because within a couple of fucking weeks, even, I'm sure by the next pay-per-view, everyone will be chanting along. So
this was a 2.5 with 1 thumb up.
A 1 thumb up, 2.5. I'm going. It was still wasn't
2.5 with a smile.
2.25. This is a 3.75 from Meltzer. We already know, or 3.5. Sorry, from Meltzer and Dozer.
You're right, and when you're right, you're right. For me, it's a solid scissor me daddy ass.
Scissor me daddy ass is the rating I give this whole pay-per-view.
No. Ain't no daddy ass in this. This is
wait, rest in peace, daddy ass. Wait, he's dead?
No.
The
Rest
gimmick
in
is
Scissor
dead.
Me Daddy Ass. It's an AEW thing. There was the Acclaimed, the Acclaimed are in the building. They were hanging out with the Ass Boys, and then there was Scissor Me Daddy Ass, and then they would do the scissoring thing on live television like this.
Hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
It was
Isaac, 0 to 5. What you rate the pay-per-view?
A 1.
I rated a 1 as well. Let's drink, and then let's call it a night, boys.
Yeah, this is. I mean, if we're going to buy Dozer's rating, this is definitely a do not watch.
Yes.
Do not watch. I didn't. You shouldn't.
Mm.
I should have, but my time got bogarted by my wife.
You guys want to watch NXT next week?
Sure. Yeah.
Please give me something I want to watch.
Also, if you guys are ever in need of a 10-gallon hat, spurs, boots, any cowboy memorabilia, please go to Columbus, Ohio.
Or apparently betting for a
give Rod a call at Rod's Country fucking super mega store, whatever we call it.
You all you out there are laughing, pretending we're making up this store. No, Rod's Western Palace is a real thing.
Rod's Western Palace. Check him out. Give him some business.
I didn't know about it.
Tell him Shane sent you.
They won't have a clue.
But I'm Shane. That's Isaac. And that's
Dozer. Thank you for listening to this edition of Such Good Shoot. If you are on YouTube, please remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon. Or subscribe to us on your favorite audio catcher. Or finally, if you're on Facebook, leave a comment, like the video, and make sure to share it out to all your friends. Until next time.